E major, A seventh, B seventh, E. Welcome back. This is lesson number 5. We are going to get started on the thumb picking part of Jingle Bells, like I said in the last lesson. But I was asked to discuss a little more about the initial thumb picking exercise that I gave you to do in the very first video. First of all, I was asked what kind of guitar this is. This is a Goya classical guitar. This was made in Sweden. And yes, it does have nylon strings. You never want to put steel gut strings on a nylon guitar. It'll break the neck. The guitar is not designed to withstand the pressure of steel gut strings, so you want to make sure you only put nylon strings. Brands, I vary. D'Addario is a good name brand. I have used Savarez on this guitar. I don't like the texture of the Savarez, but I do like the feel of the D'Addario. But anyway, I think that's what's on here right now. And I do need to get new strings for this. But so anyway, the E major exercise for thumb picking that I showed you in the first video is just simply, if you remember, the thumb picking method as I described is the root and the fifth of each major chord, each chord, and then there's a rhythm note, as Chet called it, a rhythm note, which is slightly muted, and I do that by resting my palm here, right in that area of the strings, right in here. Or there is another way of muting that note, if you choose to mute the note, and that is to raise the finger that's holding the note down off the note slightly, not off the string, but off the fret, just by raising it a hair. Okay, now I just got through doing the E major chord. Second finger on the second fret, 5th string A. Third finger on the 4th string D, 2nd fret again. Index finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string G. It's your E major chord. And yes, I do brace my hand by resting my pinky on the soundboard. I am not always aware that I do that. I guess I formed the habit when I was a child, starting to learn to play the guitar. I guess it gives me a feeling of control over what I choose to do with the rest of my hand. I play with my index finger some of the melody notes, and these two fingers here, 2nd, 3rd finger. I do not use the pinky for any playing as such. Once in a while I do, but very rarely. If I do use it, it's because I'm strumming. Remember I told you what a rhythm guitar does? And yes, I do use all fingers. But when I'm playing solo guitar, I usually do rest my finger. Now, I'm not encouraging you to form this habit too. You need to form your own way of playing, your own style, whatever suits you best. This is just the way I happen to do it. Not every guitar picker does it the way I do it. But for me, it works. Now that's the 2nd chord in the key of E. A. I use, for a different kind of sound, I use an A dominant 7th chord. And by doing that, I put my 2nd finger on the 4th string D on the 2nd fret, and then I put the 3rd finger on the 2nd fret, also 2nd string B. and then I strum 5 strings. And then the rhythm note falls here, and the 5th falls here. And then I go back to the 1 chord, which is the E major. What I do there is I just kind of slur into the first note. I hit the G open string, 3rd string, with my index finger here, and then I put my index finger down immediately, forming the chord, the E major chord. So it all falls into place. And then the 3 chord, which is your 5/7 B7th chord. 2nd finger on the 5th string A on the 2nd fret. Index finger on the 1st fret, 4th string D. 3rd finger on the 3rd string G, 2nd fret, same as the 2nd finger. Then the little pinky goes behind on the 1st string E, 2nd fret. So you strum 5 strings again. That's your B7th chord. And the alternate will be B, and the muted note, the rhythm note, will be here on the 4th string, where your index finger is. And again, to mute it, just slightly raise it off the fret, not the string, the fret. You don't want to take it off the string. Then you'll have a wrong note there. You want to just raise it slightly off the fret. And then your 5, the alternate 5 that a bass guitar man, as I keep referring to in the other lessons, you have to move your 2nd finger over to the 6th string E on the same fret. So I go. So again, I'll show you that little thing there sometime soon. But anyway, that's how you do for the key of E. Now, let's get to Jingle Bells. It's key of C. You remember the chords. C, E minor, sorry, not, I still have E major on the brain. Our 2nd chord in the tune of Jingle Bells is E minor, and then A minor, and then back to C. Okay, and you remember the bar F. And then C, and then D7th, and then G, and then C. Okay, now, the thumb picking pattern and everything I described applies the same as what I explained in the key of E major. Give me a second, I'll figure out where I'm at. Okay, key of C, C chord. All right. The melody dashing through the snow. I use my index finger for the G note, the 3rd string G, dashing, and then I use my 2nd finger for shing, dashing, plonking the 1st string E. Dashing. Now, to get for the note for the word through, I put my little pinky right here on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, through, and then I lift it for the next word in the song and the next note, my index finger is all prepared there. It's already there. All I have to do is lift the little pinky off, and there it is right there. So I've got dashing through the. Now for snow, just go back to the first note. G, third string G. Once again, dashing through the snow. Now on the words through the, notice I use my index finger. Dashing through the snow. And I use it for snow. Dashing through the snow. Okay. What I do is the 1 falls here on the C chord, and then 1, 5. The root and the 5th. This is your rhythm note, right here, on the 4th string D. Dashing through the snow, dashing through the snow, dashing through the snow, dashing through the snow, dashing through the snow. I think I'm going to stop right there because I've thrown quite a bit at you. I'm going to do a little recap now of what we've learned in this lesson. Dashing through the snow, dashing through the snow. One more time, dashing through the snow. Okay, work on that. And real soon we'll get started on the next sentence in the song. Take care.